Last time I came out, it was snowing. But with the trees and the daffodils starting to bloom, I think we can officially say it is spring. And because of that, I've come back out to do some more wildlife photography. And the first thing I've spotted since coming out is a small bird going into a hole. It seems to be bringing material, so we may have found a nest. I'm yet to identify the bird, and I haven't got any photos, so let's get my camera out and start taking some. The setup I'm using today is the Canon 7D Mark II and the Sigma 150-600mm contemporary lens on the end. This gives me plenty of reach to get the cool photos. Now I can tell you that the bird is a great tit and I've seen it go in twice more, so it's definitely an active nest. I'm going to wait here, I'm kind of behind a tree, it's a bit shadier, and we're going to see how long it takes before we get some photos. And we've got some photos. The great tits have come back. There must be 2 of them building this nest, and they keep going in and coming out of different entrances. Now here is the nest for you. There's a hole down the bottom and a hole kind of to the side higher up. They keep on going in at the bottom, but when they come out, they seem to come out of the higher hole. Now this makes it a bit more difficult for me to predict where they're going to come out of the nest. There must be 2 entrances, which is pretty cool, but as I say, it makes it difficult to know where they're coming out. And I've been here for about half an hour. We've got some good bits of footage. Now, they just keep coming back with material, doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm gonna call it a day for today, but I'll certainly be back to see how these great tits are doing. Now, there was a large challenge. As you can see, we have bright sunlight today. That poses a challenge because it means anything that's up in a tree, such as the great tit nest, which is in the tree behind me, it means that you have a bright sky behind you. If we don't control that bright sky, if we don't tune the settings for it, we're just going to get a blown out background, making the photos very difficult to take, but we took a few. The best parts were the video, and I'll come back on a more overcast day to take good photos. Now currently I'm on a farm, so we have lots of cows in the fields, we have lots of smaller birds as you saw earlier. We get lots of finches, get lots of blue tits, great tits, and you also get lots of crows, starlings, typical farmyard wildlife. I have a crow flying about just in front of me, and they're all just walking around on the fields, kind of going along after the cows, who are disturbing the insects they want to eat. The cows in this field have some calves. There's some just at the edge here, so we'll see if we get some cute photos of them. We do have a barbed wire to contend with, so I might be doing some close-up photos, close-up shots of their eyes, their noses. When I first did photography, this is where I did lots of my wildlife photography, and I took so many photos of these cows because they make great subjects. They're cute, they're funny, and if you're with them long enough, you kind of get to know them. Not sure if you can see, but here are the 2 calves. We're gonna go say hi now. They might run away. Let's hope not. Hi. Now they're a little bit tentative, I can tell. And one of them is dribbling like crazy. So, let's get some footage. One of the cows was eating, which I'd say was pretty normal, while the other one just had an obsession with licking. If there are any farmers Please comment down below what these cows might be doing, because I have no idea, but it's good fun to film. Now I have this huge puddle coming up in front of me and I'm seeing an awesome opportunity for a reflection photo. Not sure if you can see this puddle behind me, but there's a tree perfectly framed in front of the puddle. And from where I'm standing, I can get most of the tree in that reflection, as well as have the tree in real life. Now you saw my 150 to 600mm lens, but in my backpack I do also have a 24mm lens. So I'm gonna get that out right now. I've got my wide angle lens equipped. We can take this photo. So this tree in front of me is what I'm going to be photographing, and down in the reflection you should be able to see the tree again. Now I'm going to want to get nice and close down to the water. Put my point of focus where the land and the water meet. Settings are looking good. And we're going to take the photo. And there we have it. Now I've been asked a few times, do I sell my photography, do I sell my photos? And the answer is yes. I have an Etsy shop, the link is in the description, but recently I started selling home screens and lock screens for your mobile phones. If you have a mobile phone and you're not sure what your home screen or lock screen should be, then click on the link down below and you can buy 4 of my high resolution images for only £3. These can be put as your home and your lock screen, and you get 4 so you can change it up when you get bored. You can also download these images as portrait images, but they're intended for home screens and lock screens. The link is in the description. For only £3, that's like a cup of coffee, and it really helps to support my photography. And we've just taken a landscape photo. Now, this field is just a field. We have a tree in the middle, and we have a little lake on this side. Not really a lake, it's more of a puddle. And we also have some pylons here with just some wires. So what I've done is, I framed it so that we want the pond in it, because that looks quite nice. So we have the pond in one corner and the tree, and you can see the tree is kind of leaning towards the pond. Now that can act as almost a leading line. It leads your eyes from the obvious thing that's the tree towards the pond. Not only that, but the wires coming from these pylons are actually going diagonally towards the tree. Now they are very subtle in the photo, but they're more leading lines that subtly lead your eyes to the tree in the first place. Now, you may have noticed I haven't uploaded many videos over the past month. However, coming out today has reminded me of how much I love coming out and doing wildlife photography. Now, obviously I have my reasons for not doing many videos in the past month. It's been a particularly busy period. However, having gone through that and now I'm out the other end, I cannot wait to start making more videos for you. And we've just had 2 encounters, one of which was very cool. So first of all, there were 2 buzzards soaring up in the sky. Now they were quite a long way away. I've switched back to my 150 to 600mm lens and I could zoom in quite a long way and get some focus. I took the photos, they were just kind of average, but then the birds kept disappearing behind this tree, and so I thought, to make it a bit different, I'm going to focus on the bird and then keep the focus on the bird and have this tree kind of blurred out in front and hopefully capture the bird through the branches. It was ambitious and it took a lot of attempts. Luckily the birds just kept on circling and we got some awesome photos like these. And then just 2 seconds down the path and we saw a kingfisher. It flew and landed on a tree above the path. Now, we have seen kingfishers here quite regularly, which is really reassuring. As a wildlife photographer, I love to see them. I couldn't get very close, however, because of the shrubbery behind him, he's got this beautiful bird out green background. Normally they have a blue sky background behind them. I've seen them up in the trees, but this green background looks really nice, and with the new shoots of the leaves coming through on the trees, it was a really, really cool photo. I'm not that zoomed in on the Kingfisher, but recently I've been trying to get more of the environment in with the photo. This allows something different. It's not just a plain portrait, which you see quite often. So we have the environment, we have the Kingfisher, and we have this awesome photo. And I just got me a photo of a chiffchaff, which is something I don't get to photograph very often. I rarely see them, so this was a cool opportunity, and we got some awesome photos. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more awesome content just like this. Feel free to get a new home and lock screen for your mobile phone by clicking on the link in the description below. It really helps to support me and the channel. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you in the next one.